Good evening and welcome everybody to the Pin Collector channel. I'm glad you're here with me tonight. I am actually going to be talking about something that's kind of I guess a little bit of a pet peeve of mine when it comes to pin collecting. If you have visited my channel a little bit, you probably know that I actually live in the Midwest, so I'm kind of in the middle of the country in between Disneyland and Orlando. So pin collecting is a little bit of a challenge. I try when I am at the parks to be able to maximize my pin collecting at that time and be able to trade and purchase as many as I possibly can, and then do some trading online and through individual sales and that kind of things to kind of bolster my collection throughout the year when I'm not at the parks. That said, I wanted to talk a little bit about those of you out there who collect limited edition pins. I think that we can probably all agree that over the years, Disney pin quality has gone down a little bit. Now, let me back up and say, I still think Disney pins are probably the highest quality pins on the market, even still yet today. They produce beautiful little pieces of art that I am so happy that I got into collecting. But overall, when you look at rack pins and you look at hidden Mickey pins, the quality has declined a little bit. And I think that's probably based a lot on the mass quantity that they have to produce to keep up with not only collectors, but just souvenir hunters and folks running through the parks grabbing something real quick. You name it, a lot of pins get produced. One thing that hasn't changed at all in quality, though, is their limited edition pins. They are gorgeous. They always come out with some fabulous designs and very colorful and very crisp and very clean. And when you get a limited edition pin, let's say, and the ones that I'm going to put up here, you can take a peek at, are going to be a couple of their profile pins. These pins are limited to 250. Well, when you start thinking about the vast number of people that collect pins, that's not even a drop in the bucket. As far, I have many times that just in my personal collection. So that's not a whole lot of pins to put out there for folks to be able to get their hands on. But my pet peeve isn't even the fact that it's limited editions, whether it's 250 or 400, 500. I've seen it down as low as like 175 in some of the frame sets. That's not even the big problem. The big problem is when a limited edition pin gets released, a lot of times they get snatched up by folks who are going just to turn around and try to sell them for a large profit. So with me, I work a full-time job. I have a mortgage and a car payment and all the things all the rest of you have. So it's very difficult for me to justify spending that kind of money to be able to put a pin I really want into my collection. Some of these profile pins, like the ones that I've shown you up here, are going on eBay right now for $300, $400, $500, $600 for a single pin. To me, I understand that something's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. And I also understand the supply and demand issue as far as commerce goes. However, when these pins are taken away from true collectors and bought for the sole purpose of turning a profit on them, I think it takes a little bit away from the pin collecting. It makes it very difficult for those of us who purchase these pins or trade for these pins to put them in a permanent collection. It kind of causes a lot of angst as far as I'm concerned. Probably not quite as much as the ones that are being counterfeited, but it's still a problem, and it's still a problem with Disney pin collecting. So That said, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if they need to limit purchases. Uh, I'm just not real sure what a solution would be to that. But I do know that me personally, I'm not going to be able to afford, nor would I spend $600 on a single Disney pin. I don't collect them for the value. I don't collect them for the resale. I collect them because I like the pins. So hopefully there is something to that. If you've got an opinion on this, leave me a comment down below and we can get a conversation started. I don't think I'm the only one out there that feels this way. I think that some of what a lot of us consider grail pins are far out of our reach and are going to stay out of our reach unless as a whole we can kind of figure out what a solution would be to that. But again, I don't mind the game and I don't mind the chase. I do mind when there's a little bit of an unfair advantage for those who live close to the parks or have access to the parks through their annual passes and those types of things, and are able to be there and snatch up those commodities when their only purpose to do that is to resell them. So anyway, off of my soapbox for today. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit and hopefully get some others' opinions on what you think about it as well. If you like the content that I'm putting out, always, hit the like button, and that helps. And subscribe. Subscriptions are always free. Guys, I will see you again tomorrow with some more Disney pins or Silver Dollar City pins or some kind of pins for pin collecting. And have a great night.